Start. So it's April, and April here in the Northern Hemisphere, we get to really honor Mother Earth, and she has her own day. And as I said, as you've probably heard me say before, of course, every day is Earth Day. And yet we do get to really have a moment, a chance to connect with her at a deeper level. And, in fact, each and every day we get that opportunity. And I'm a firm believer that our ability to be the spiritual leaders that we are, that we're here to be, and we all are, we're all here to extend that love, extend that grace, and to extend that joy and peace that comes from that divine frequency. Now, for us to be able to hold that, to be it, to embody that, I believe we need to be really grounded. And I also believe that Mother Earth is in on it. She's all part of it, that great force of nature that's within us, it's within her. The spirit, the great spirit is within her, it's within us, it's within all living things. Sophia, the great wisdom, I think that's in everything here. So we are connected. And I think we can really help that support us in our own spiritual growth and our own service for others. Because there are different seasons. There are 8 of them throughout the year. And each season brings us a different energy to help us. So last month in March, we have the spring equinox. Of course, this is for us in the Northern Hemisphere. So the spring equinox is all about the, that activating of that fire. And if you remember last month, I brought you a fire activation to help us with launching, whether that's an idea, an event, a program, whatever it is. And now we're in between seasons because we're April. So Beltane, Sacred Blossom and Bloom, is just around the corner, and we can really feel it, and we can see it everywhere we look. My apple trees, the apple blossoms, just beautiful, just coming out. I've been walking in the woods this morning with Timber, my dog, and Paul, my husband, and I love the bluebells, and they're just coming out, just beautiful. And the clematis in the garden, they're coming out. Now the roses haven't yet come out, but I am noticing that some places, I guess south facing, even the buds are there, it's starting to come. And the fields have turned into meadows. It's just full. If I look out the window here, I've got a field behind me, and it's full. It's full of dandelions. Not seen any buttercups yet, but dandelions. And it's just a sea of yellow. It's really, really beautiful. The cows will be coming soon, but they're not here yet. So it's a really beautiful time of the year, isn't it? So the Sacred Blossom and Bloom is just around the corner. And we've March at the equinox, spring equinox, is the start of this big energy, power, creative force of nature. And we can get to harness it. We can get that to help us in all that we do, personally, and also for us. And if you're here, if you're part of our Bright Shiny Souls group, then you know that part of your purpose on earth is to help others, support others in their own growth, in their knowing the truth of who they are, for them becoming becoming aligned into their own divine frequency. And thank you for doing what you do. Thank you so much for doing what you do. So that's the point of these bright, shiny souls, is to help you, support you in your service and in your own personal journey. So something that we're going to do today, which I've done in a program I created a couple of years ago called Rooted Spirit Program. And one of the things that we did there was to go and have a look at some of our own personal hotspots around planet Earth. In other words, those places that call to us, and maybe some synchronicities, some miracles, some magic happens in those places. Yeah. So, and there are the kind of hotspots that we all know about. For example, Avalon, Glastonbury, just up the road here, is referred to as the heart chakra of the world, and there are many people who come, many pilgrimages who come here, and maybe they don't know what it is they're looking for. Maybe they do, but something happens. Because it happened to me in Avalon, and that's why I moved the whole family back to England from Canada, from the west coast of Canada. Yeah, nearly 8 years ago now. So yes, there are certain places that we have a connection to. We have a soul connection with. It's really interesting, isn't it? How those places really call to us. And you will know where some of your places are. You'll know, even if it's not a particular place, if it needs to be, if it, for example, if you need to be by the river, if you need to go and see the sea. I grew up by the sea. So from time to time, I really get that pull, that almost like a craving to go and see the sea. Now, I'm not a million miles away from it, which I'm very fortunate to be, but I'm not living right by it. Whereas I was brought up by the seaside. So maybe that's part of my heritage and part of my journey. And then, of course, living in Canada on the west coast, we lived in a house which had views of the Pacific Ocean up a mountain. So again, it was really important. And I really needed that feeling of breaking out. I needed that feeling of wilderness, of wildness, of expansiveness, that Canadian, beautiful, stunning. I mean, it's what I was going to say. Yeah, jaw dropping. That's it. Jaw dropping scenery. Wow. That makes you go, wow. It's like a mountain, and there's another mountain, and then there's an even bigger mountain. Like, wow, there's waterfalls, and there's the sea, and the rivers, and the islands. It's very, very beautiful, and it's really expansive. And my soul really needed that. After previous to that, I was living in London, doing I love my job, but it wasn't. I needed to expand. Right? So Canada gave me that, as you can imagine. Wild, the forest. There was our first year. There were forest fires, and of course, coming from England, I've never experienced anything like that. Wow, seeing the smoke. I mean, it was dangerous as well. It was wild. There were cougars. There were bears. Yeah, incredible. And then there's the winter with the snow. I mean, not as bad as some of Canada, but even so, it's very, very different from where I was brought up, which is in a seaside town in England, flat as a pancake, actually, in Suffolk. So, but again, you see, sometimes I long for those big, massive skies of Suffolk. It's really interesting, isn't it? Again, for me, that feeling of expansiveness. So it's really interesting. Certain places bring us different things. And then there's the land that speaks to us itself. So the land of Canada was not my home. I was a visitor there. And there was a lot to learn from the indigenous population there. There was that indigenous land. My first house, I used to have it was in sacred land of the First Nations people, I believe, because I used to have a visitation. So yes, I need to do my very best to appease um, appease that elder and that land, and keep thanking the land and the people of that land for allowing me to be there and the family to be there. So it's really fascinating. And what did that bring? What did that give me? Well, it gave me an introduction into that way of life, and indigenous people around the world, they understand the importance of harmony with Mother Earth. So they are biggest teachers about not only harmony with Mother Earth, but what that also represents with harmony with each other. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole other course. Very, very interesting. But having said that, I just wanted to introduce you to that idea, and also on this Earth Day for you to just start thinking about how you relate to certain places or certain landscapes or waterscapes or desertscapes. I have a friend of mine that lives in the Middle East, and she just loves that light. Yeah, it's different. The light is different there. So yeah, I invite you to think more on that. And when we go and do the journey, which if you recall, we always do on our meetings every month, on our circles, we will we'll go somewhere. We'll ask Mother Earth to take us somewhere that has something for us. And it might be a surprise, or it might be somewhere that you know. That'd be really interesting. Hi, hello to you all for watching in our Bright Shiny Spells group. You are very, very welcome. And there was something else I wanted to say about just bear with me a second. It's there. And so then there are certain places that really help us awaken, I believe. And then there are places that further help us awaken. So I had my awakening in Africa. We were traveling from England to Canada, and we spent 8 months getting to Canada. So I had lots of amazing experiences, which I'm very grateful for. And we were camping. We were in an overland truck, and we were in one of the places. 4 months we were in Africa, maybe a bit longer, and we were in Malawi. And I was literally, we were just hanging out outside our tents. And my friend was sitting on the earth, and she had some angel cards. So I said, "Oh, what you got there?" She said, "Well, they're angel cards. They're like, like tarot cards, the messages from your angels. Here, have one." So she gave me one. I'm just standing up, and I took one, and I hadn't even begun to read what was on the card, and I got the biggest shivers right from the top of my head right down, almost into the earth. And I was like, I've got no idea what's going on, but I know that I need to have another one of those. And so she gave me another one. The same thing happened. It was like as if, and it was a real visceral feeling. It was an experience, sensations, as if it's really hard to describe, but it's from the top of my head right down to the earth. It's like this is energy pouring in, like I've been zapped. But I guess I was really. It's like awaken, like wow. Anyway, after that, that was it. I seriously was awoke. I said to her, said, "What? Okay, what can you teach me?" I said to her, "I have no idea how I know about these angels, but I do. I know all about them, and I have no idea Anyway, that was it. So that started me on a journey of learning, of training, angel therapy with Doreen Virtue, mediumship, and really opening to to the divine. Ah, thank goodness. So Africa, Malawi, oof, what a place for me. So I wonder if you've got any places like that. If you have, put it in the chat. Tell me where your places are. Don't be shy. And if you're watching this later, still put it in the chat, please. Share with us what your certain places mean something to you, like magical stuff happens. Yeah. So, yeah. Why don't we go on a journey? Oh, hang on, before I do, yeah. There's something I'm being reminded to say about this time of year, about what we can expect. So we're still with the fire. There is still fire. There's still the creative force. And even with the sacred blossom and bloom, there's a softening with the blossom and bloom. Come Beltane, there is a softening. It's still quite full on, this fire, for us right now. And so therefore you might find that March and April are really amazing times for you to launch, to create, to write, to express, to and I say create in whatever form that brings you joy. It could be writing, or it could be art, it could be designing, yeah, with cloth, or with computers, or whatever it is. It's a really amazing time for us to create and reclaim our power, like we've got full power of creation. Now we have it all the time. I have to tell you this. It's not just like April and May and that's it. Sorry, March and April and that's it. Time over. It is just that this is an optimum time, because well, when we look all around us, we can be inspired. So April is we're still going to have the fire, which we can use to create, which we can use also. Fire ceremonies are amazing for letting go, very powerful. And again, we can use fire anytime for letting go, for burning anything that we no longer want to carry with us. And we're also approaching the kind of the softness, the more soft expression of our divinity. Yeah. So beauty and presence. So you might find yourself literally being stopped by flower in bloom. And I have been actually already I have been watching my apple trees, and they're beautiful, beautiful blossom. And it helps us to be present to what is. It helps us to get out of our heads, which is always run by the ego, until we correct and shift into the divine consciousness. And you see, once again, Mother Earth helps us with this, because we're able to stop and to be present and to actually look at the beauty that's all around us. And our senses, we can smell them, we can touch them, we can feel them, we can really be in awe of nature. And that's coming. So we're kind of in between. And it's a really lovely place to be, because we've still got the fire, and yet there's a softening, and there's a beauty, and there's a presence. So maybe you want to put these two together. We want to create something beautiful. And doesn't whatever that means to you, beautiful to look at, beautiful in its depth, in its content, beautiful in how it's received. It's just the intention, creating something beautiful, something that helps people understand how beautiful they truly are. We are. You are. Oh, just like Mother Earth. You see how in sync we are with her, and when we are in sync, what a difference it makes. Truly makes a difference. So, brilliant. Let's first of all, if you have a candle, if not, then you can watch this later and grab yourself a candle. I have one here, as we're going to journey very soon. And also, as part of the ceremony, we're going to honor Mother Earth. So, and if you're watching later, then of course you can pause it and go and grab yourself a candle and come back. And I'm going to have a little sip of tea. So I invite you to join me in lighting your candle. And as we light the candle of fire, we give thanks to Mother Earth. We thank you, Mother, for all that you give to us. You give us life. And on this Earth Day, we celebrate you, we honor you, we celebrate the beauty that you are. We celebrate everything that you give to us. You bring us, you give us shelter. You give us weather, the rain and the sun to grow the plants, to grow food for us. We give thanks for all the plants and all the animals that give us food in different ways. We give thanks for life on Earth. We give thanks for all the different frequencies that you give to us to help us connect with our wisdom, with our truth, so that we can create from this place of wisdom, from our truth, from knowing ourselves for who we truly are. And we thank you for you grounding us. You help us ground ourselves and embody our truth. Like one of your trees. Deep rooted, perhaps the willow tree or something really strong that's bendable in the storm and breezes that come our way, because they do. We don't break, we bend. We thank you for this. We thank you for your holding, your grounding, your wisdom, your love for us. We thank you for creating our bodies to be the vessel for life, the vessel for the divine wholeness and oneness and love that we are in truth. And we thank the fire, the element of fire, that power to create, that power to destroy as well, to destroy anything that no longer serves us. If you look at your candle, look at that flame, see how much energy it has in it, and how it's all one, it's connected. If I move it, you see it's connected to the air, blow on it. We're all connected. Every element is connected, and we are connected with all that there is here on Mother Earth. And beyond, all beyond. So we thank you, fire, for helping us reclaim our power and our creative force. Thank you for the memory. Thank you for our minds that can put plans in place, that can launch, that can create. Thank you for the passion. Fire is passion. Thank you for us knowing our passion, us knowing what our true soul's desires are, and to create from that place, from passion and joy and conviction, from courage, knowing that everything that we're creating is already blessed and is beautiful. So then I invite you to put your candle wherever you want to, where you can see it. I'm actually going to put mine behind me so you can see it. So I think you can see that there. Yeah, it looks like it's going to set the plant on fire, but it's not going to, I promise you. There's quite a lot of distance between them. Okay. So now we're ready to journey. So I invite you now to close your eyes and to breathe. And every breath you take, allow yourself to go deeper and relax. Know that every breath in, you're bringing in brand new energy, new prana, new moment. And every exhale, you're letting go of all that no longer serves, all that's been used, all that's done with. And feel your body rise and fall with the breath. Let the breath nourish you, nurture every single cell, calm you down if you need to be calm. With the breath, being able to feel the depth of stillness that is within you. Focusing on the heart now, I invite you to become aware of your sacred essence, your light, your frequency from the heart, and becoming aware of your sacred essence, the radiance of your spirit in every single cell of who you are across time, through time, in between time, beyond time, for this is the eternal. This is your infinite spirit, your infinite mind. Check it out. What color is it today? You don't see a color, then if you were to imagine a color, what color is it? Your sacred essence right now. Keep breathing. And is this light, this frequency, is it still? Is it moving? Is it floating? Radiating, pulsating, effortlessing? Feel any sensations in your body, any tingling, any heat or cold. And how does your sacred radiance, does it make you feel emotionally? Breathe into it. Go a little deeper into this expansiveness. You are connecting inwards into your divine frequency. And welcome that part of you that is divine, that is goddess, that is wholeness, oneness, and love. Welcome the great spirit that runs through you and all of life, the great communicator, communicating, helping us communicate to our divine source, goddess, or whatever you choose to call that source, and to each other and to all of life, because we share it here on earth. We share this spirit. And we welcome Sophia. Welcome Sophia, the great wisdom that runs through you, runs through all of life. Fill yourself up, literally fill yourself up as you breathe, every single cell. Let it really nurture you. And now attune each of your chakras, focusing on the heart, and let your sacred essence cleanse, clear, heal, expand, open each of your chakras. So from the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, the root. Oof. And then up from the heart, throat, third eye, ears, and the crown. And then imagine, see, sense your energy, your frequency all around you, in your aura, your etheric layers, your entire energy field. Breathe it in. so we can embody our full light here on earth, this full expression divine. And we need to get connected to Mother Earth. We already are. We need to be aware of this. So as you breathe, becoming aware actually of your connection and oneness. All of Mother Earth with the sky, the clouds, sunlight, the rain, the moonlight, starlight beyond. Becoming one with all the land around you. The plants, trees, animals, birds, humans, fields, meadows, woods and forests, the hills, the mountains, the rocks, the valleys, the beaches and the deserts. Breathing. Ooh, you might feel you're flying, or you might feel you're expanding out to these places. And become one with all the waters, the waterways, the streams, the reeds, the brooks, the rivers, the lakes, the ponds, the puddles, the oceans, the waterfalls. Becoming one with the earth underneath your feet. So imagine your sacred essence forming roots of light from your feet, going right into the earth underneath where you are, right now. Through the layers of earth and soil and dirt and big and small and ends and this. Yeah, you've gone through the mycelium and the root network. Coming to the sacred caves and dark spaces of Mother Earth and receive this first activation from these liminal places, these sacred places where we've laid our dead, where we have performed ceremony and ritual throughout millennia. We know these are magical, sacred places. So we thank them for the first activation, which is grounding our sacred selves, grounding our divine frequency here on earth, within our bodies. Feel that grounding. Blessed be. And then our roots of light go on. One with the ancestral bones and the fossils and the decay and the peat and the petrified wood of ancient trees long ago fallen deeper still to the underground cavern. One with the stalactites, stalagmites, one with the aquaflow, the underground rivers deep within the earth, and receive this activation. The waters in the earth activating the waters within us, and we are 70% made of water. So receive this activation in every single molecule of who you are. Cleansing, clearing, healing, clearing out all that is used no longer serves. Any miscreation of the ego, anything that is from us, or if it's been passed down, it's a miasm, it's in our lineage, in our families. Conditional, cultural, whatever it is. Woo! Just let those waters refresh, cleanse and clear every molecule within ourselves now. Blessed be. And then those roots of light continue down into the minerals, metals, silver and gold, the alchemical elements of Mother Earth. Give you thanks for the alchemical elements within us, the gift of alchemy, the gift to be able to switch our minds from that of the ego consciousness to that of divine consciousness. And it's a choice and it's an awareness. And all we have to do is we have to just be willing to do it. We don't even have to know how. Spirit leads the way on that one, the Great Spirit and Sophia. We just have to show a tiny bit of willingness, and the rest is done for us. That shift into divine consciousness, divine frequency. Blessed be. And then we're one with all the crystals, the crystal grid of Mother Earth, all those healing crystals, as we welcome any of those crystals into the activating, the healing into our bodies now, into our own hearts, our minds, our heads, our brains. So it's for mental healing, emotional healing, physical healing. So whatever crystals come up for you now, colours, give thanks for them. Okay, and also we give thanks for the garnet, the root chakra, the amber for the sacral, the tree for the solar plexus, the rose quartz for the heart, the emerald or the jade or malachite for the heart chakra, blue topaz for the throat, lapis for the third eye, magenta for the ear chakras at the temples, and clear quartz with sparkles of amethyst for the crown. Gosh. Really breathe and feel this grounding, this connection. We are fully activated. So just check in, see if you feel grounded, held, heart opened and expansive. And then focusing on the heart, I invite you to step through your heart. Imagine stepping through your heart and into a sacred place for you. Find a path in front of you somewhere out in nature. Might look like a long road or a path, and walk along it. Wherever you find yourself, find yourself. It's on Mother Earth. And this path, excuse me, this path is going to guide you. Is guiding you somewhere that is calling you. Some place on this earth that is calling to you, that has something to offer you. Some memory, some activation, some healing, some connection. Trust what comes your way. Do you walk along the path and take note of the path? Do you recognize it? What kind of path is it? What's either side of the path? Maybe there's a fork in the road coming up. You have to choose which fork to take. Ask Mother Earth to guide you. Your path may light up, or there might be some markers on the path. Might be a great big sign, an arrow going this way. Whatever it is for you, trust it. I've got fairies on mine. They're like skipping with me. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you, fairies. Thank you to all. Actually, that's a really great point. Thanks, fairies, for reminding me. See, as we give thanks to all the nature spirits, very important. All the nature spirits, the water sprites and spirits, the earth fairies, and those that are underground as well, those elementals. Just keep breathing. Wherever you find yourself, you may be looking through a mountain, in a tunnel, you may be walking in the wildness, up a hill, or wherever it is. Just trust wherever you are, maybe in a tunnel. Just let your senses come aware and move. What do you smell? What do you taste? Catching in the sea, and you taste the salt of the sea salt. Maybe smell flowers. Maybe you're in a forest. Smell that real dankness, you know, of that forest floor. We ask to be shown somewhere right now that is calling to us. And this might be really local to us, or it might be somewhere that we need to travel. So I'm going to give you a moment to really enjoy this and explore, get an idea of where this is.
And if you don't know, ask questions. Show me more. Is it in this country? If you don't reckon, ask questions in Europe. But is it in America or where? Keep asking questions until you know where it is. It's you. Mother Earth is calling you. You may already know. But there's always synchronicity, something you've been thinking about. Just breathe. Thanks to Mother Earth for showing us part of her is calling to us for our own spiritual journey or a healing journey or our own next level leadership as a healer or a coach, or as a leader or as a teacher or channel or whatever it is. This beautiful, profound message from Mother Earth. There's something there for us. Thanks, it's true. And as we're there, we walk back along the path. We come into a clearing. This might be different for you, but I'm seeing a clearing of stone, standing stone. You may have a clearing where there's trees around, maybe your feet. In the center of this clearing, there is a fire. I'm just going to invite you to sit. Fire. Just next to the fire, looking at the fire. It's lit. Maybe you want to move, actually. Okay. Maybe you want to dance. As you look at the fire, I invite you to really look what blocks are in the way for you right now and to moving forward, whether it be going to where Mother Earth has called you or whether or not it's your next steps in terms of personal life, relationships, money, abundance, purpose, whatever it is. And I invite you now to forage for sticks, twigs, maybe things that you put onto the fire that represent what you're letting go of. So just get a couple. The main things, the main blocks that are there that you believe are there. Right? Remember, the blocks are only the miscreation from our ego. They're not real, they're illusions. Nothing is stopping us. Nothing at all stops us unless we believe that they do. Because the divine frequency of abundance, of love, joy, and peace is a creativity, is beyond the grasp, thank goodness. Beyond the grasp of the ego. Nothing can touch it. It's untethered. That part of us, and it is within us, is untethered. Free. So what is in the way of you knowing your freedom? What is in the way of knowing your creative power? And then when you're ready, step forward and throw that stick into the fire. David, I'm letting go of. And then do it again. I now let go of. And do it again. You've got another stick. I now let go of any misbeliefs, limiting beliefs that are not real. Of. See the fire. Look at the flames. They rise. Feel the freedom, move and dance. Celebrate the fire. Celebrate the fire of Mother Earth, celebrating the fire within you, your power, your creative. And as we move, join me, please, in singing this chant. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Woo! Giving thanks to the fire, giving thanks, connecting with the fire within you, giving thanks to Mother Earth for all that she gives to us, all that she gives to us every single moment of every single day. She gives us life. She gives us air to breathe. She gives us food to eat. She gives us shelter. She gives us safety. She gives us abundance, and she still gives. Even when we take too much, she still gives, and we thank her for showing us how to live in harmony with her. We offer ourselves, offer our light as service for the highest good of all. Our power, we offer it, not for ourselves, but for Mother Earth and all here on Mother Earth. whoever it is that we are supposed to serve, whether it's people or animals or and indirectly Mother Earth, as we do that, whether or not it's Mother Earth directly. Trust, you know your true soul's desires. And your creativity, your power has been activated again today. And we give thanks to Mother Earth and giving thanks to you, for you to know the truth of who you are, acknowledging and thanking the light within you. I see you. I thank you. I love you. Breathing in, just feeling our connection with each other, with all of life here on this beautiful planet. Blessed be. So thank you for joining me for Earth Day, for this Rooted Spirit Leadership Activation, our monthly activation and transmission. Thank you so much.